What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another deck tech. This is my Rakdos Recoup deck. Um, they're weird. It's basically a control deck, I guess, but the theme is kind of based around this card Recoup, which is basically red Snapcaster Mage. Target sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback on a turn. Flashback cost equal to the mana cost, and also has flashback itself. So basically, you get insane value out of your sorceries. So the entire deck is mostly sorceries, lands, and some artifacts. But yeah, that's the whole deck basically. It's just a control deck, and we're gonna dive right in. Land based here. Foreboding Ruins, Lava Card Reaches. Lava Card Reaches is actually one of the kill conditions. There are actually several, but this card's pretty good. When your deck is full of sorceries, you can't really deal with certain cards sometimes. So I have this single Mystifying Maze. It's kind of a way to like quote unquote instant speed deal with a creature for a little bit. Pops tokens too. Tokens won't come back when they're exiled. And then you got mountains and swamps, stuff like that, Rakdos stuff. First slide here is the kind of like ramp part. There's like two Everflowing Chalice and Primal Amulet, which is kind of like I love this card, Primal Amulet. It's been so good in like Storm decks, and it's just a really good build around, especially when you flip the Amulet to the Wellspring, just doubling up your spells. So and that can come real handy with all the other crazy kind of spells we got going on here. Tezzer's Gambit can kind of fuel the Amulet or the Chalice here, but it's kind of just like the best divination I found, especially since it's so good with Amulet basically. So, and it's like colorless, so if you have like all like black or red mana or black mana or whatever, and or if you have, because there's all the divinations in black, but if you just have old red mana, then this is fine. Anarchist, kind of like the slower Snapcaster Mage. Just kind of comes in the pinch. It's a 5-mana 2/2. It's not really super awesome, but you know the deck is very redundant in terms of like just wanting to get sorceries back. So this guy's all right. He's actually a combos kind of with Profane Command, kind of in the removal slot here. But you can, if you have like 7 mana and you have a Iron Anarchist from graveyard, you can just Profane Command, get the Anarchist back, and then do something else like Dome for 5 or kill a 5/5, and you get the Anarchist back. And the Anarchist comes to play, and you get back the Profane Command, so you can only use Profane Commands. That's kind of sweet. Kind of a little loop you got going on here. Might as well go up here. Cut the Ribbons, another sort of kill condition. There's like, you know, this X spell, just a bunch of fireballs basically. The whole deck is kind of just like control the control the early to mid game. Try to seize control, then fireball your opponent to death. So kill something early. Ribbons just stays there and just hangs out until you're ready to kill your opponent. Fun story if they have something like Norb's Awarding or Witch Ray Norb. This Ribbons gets around it because it says each opponent loses X life, so it actually doesn't target. That's kind of clever. Slag Storm, kind of another like board wipe. Kind of my favorite board wipe actually in this format right now. It's just really versatile. At worst, just goes to the dome, but that's really not really a useful mode because most of the time you're going to take a lot of damage early on. Walk the Plank, kind of just a Doomblade-esque kind of card. This card was also like Ruinous Path at one point, but then I realized no one's playing Chandra, and no one's playing really any like impactful Merfolk. The only Merfolk I've ever seen played so far is Sig, River the Cutthroat. I have other cards to deal with that anyway. Chain Lightning, only have 3. That's kind of awkward, but with the prevalence of like red decks, things like that, just other mountains, I actually found that like people copy this card a lot and just kind of hit me for 3. So I don't really need that much. So it's good on a turn 1 play. If you're on the draw, you can kill like an Electromancer or something annoying. So that's fine. Next slide here is kind of just like some sort of like hand disruption. Labor of the Heart, pretty good. Single Stupor here. I love Stupor. I could have had Rise Fall or maybe just the Fall part, but it's kind of like Fall's not really the greatest sort of whatchamacallit him, but Stupor is just good. I think Stupor is a really great card. Torn Void's an extra little card advantage here. You kind of like have dead cards every now and then. Like maybe you're playing like an aggro matchup and your like discard spells aren't very good, so you just bin those. Or vice versa. You're playing control matchup and your removal spells aren't very good, so you bin those. So it's fine. It's a pretty sweet card. Really great with Primal Amulet when you copy it, because then you only have to discard 1 card. You're basically gonna draw 4, so it's pretty good. We already talked about Recoup, kind of the rebuying effect of sorceries, but the real actual card is Mass Brand's Acquisition. I love me a Dialogue Tutor, and this Dialogue Tutor plus like a Death Wish minus the life loss thing, so it's pretty sweet. I mean, just like getting to use your sideboard as like your main deck, it's just strong in general. Like we've seen like in the past, which is Legacy, Living Wish decks, Burning Wish decks. Those are all pretty sweet decks. So this is kind of like my attempt at it, and especially when you can copy it with a Primal Amulet, that's when things get a little nutty. Though, if you choose one mode, like let's say I wanted to use the choose a card I own from outside the game mode, when I copy the spell with the amulet, or rather the Wellspring, I have to use that same ability. So I have to get at least 2 cards from my sideboard. But which is why the sideboard's kind of full of like sweet 1-ofs. Yeah, I've been really enjoying like the toolboxy sort of method between Master's Acquisition and Recoup, and also Sins of the Past, which is like kind of like the fourth, not really, more like the fifth Recoup. But it's okay. It's not great. There's some spells that are actually more expensive than Sins, so it'd be kind of fine. But it's just kind of an okay card. It also exiles itself, well, it's not as super great, but no, it is what it is. So the sideboard is kind of full of like crazy 1-ofs just because of Master's Acquisition. Nature's Ruin for green decks. Flaying Tendrils more for like, I like it against White Weenie a lot before they get a Honor the Pure out. It really takes out those like Doom Traveler, Hunted Witness style like nonsense cards that I've made so popular. But I like this card a lot. Sever the Bloodline, same, just another like snap removal spell. Also has its own flashback, so that's really nice. Ardent Blood, kind of like a 4-mana quote-unquote Wrath effect. Haunting Echoes, sort of against a control deck, if you kind of like strip their hand a lot, you can just kind of Haunting Echoes them, maybe like get their win conditions, or just like annoy them in general. It's kind of an own kind of weird win condition in the sense that like you kind of like strip all their deck full of win cons and you just stay alive. Just stay alive for the rest of the game. You don't have to kill them, but all you do is stay alive. Repay in Kind, a pretty expensive card, but it's actually mostly for like crazy life gain decks, like, you know, the Helion, the Volcano Helion Whip of Erebos deck that gains like 255 life. You can just like take them back down to your level and get back to 20. So even lower than that, because you're probably gonna take a bunch of damage. So you want to get them pretty low. It's kind of just the only sorcery I found that kind of resets their life total. Sora's Vengeance. Sometimes you need to end the game. You know, you can just get a Sora's Vengeance. You can copy it with an amulet. That's 20 right there. Bad. The extra recoups in the sideboard here, you don't want to play all 4 main deck because sometimes, especially when you're copying the acquisition with the Wellspring, the Primal Wellspring, you kind of want to get back some value. So usually what you would do is, sometimes I get the card I kind of want, and then I don't need another card yet. I'm not sure what I actually need, so I'll just get the recoup. So I can just buy back the acquisition and then just try it again when some other situation arises. So that's kind of just like the reason like the 4th one's in here. Pillage, kills artifacts, kills lands. A lot of the weaknesses of this deck are actually instant speed creatures and creature lands. So this kind of just takes care of those, at least creature lands. The instant speed creatures also kind of hard to deal with. You just kind of like stay alive and maneuver yourself here. Slaughter Games, you know, what can I say about Slaughter Games? It's a really strong card against Storm. It's like, you know, single card strategies. Aimed at, like, you know, sometimes people, the thing about PNH Rebel is that like it's such a vast format, but people love to just have this build around me cards. There's so many build around me cards that people make decks out of, and if you just like Slaughter Games someone once or twice, their whole plan falls apart. It's kind of like a deck building faux pas, but for the most part, it's just having the access to his game 1 with the acquisition is very strong, which is the reason kind of why I built this deck the way it is. So I can just have an access to Slaughter Games, so that's pretty neat. Void, another sort of wrath effect / like artifact killing card. Also just kind of randomly can dump your hand. Funny story, if you actually copy this spell with the Wellspring, you get 2 choices. Excuse me. You can get 2 choices for this. So the first choice, you like know it's on the field. So you can just name the number you know, and then you look at their hand, and then if you can just kind of like pick the next best number to like kind of make them discard. So that's kind of cool. Persecute, another just sort of like anti-control card. Just kind of like, sometimes a Persecute can just be really devastating. And then another Stupor, just another sort of like annoying discard spell. So we're gonna be playing a league today. Try this out. This is very like slow. It's a very like slow deck. So I think I'm gonna get run over by the aggro decks, but I'm gonna try not to. And let's just try to like, you know, buy back sorceries and see if I can just kind of go slow and slowly win the game. Alright, round 1. The Pain Dreadful Rakdos Recoup deck. Just realized I wasn't saying Recoup right. It's Recoup. There's a P in there. I don't know why I thought that was silent. Recoup? Recoup. This hand's okay. That's a bunch of amulets, so that's why I only kept it. My opponent has any sort of like. I mean, I have the Slag Storm, so I'm not like hurt on like disruption. Let's see like a Labor of the Heart. Randomly draw one. Okay. Kind of hard with to know what the 2 to 4. Don't really know what opponent's doing. They don't. I have no idea. My opponent say two planes and hasn't done anything. I thought they were gonna be white weenie, but they're not. They haven't really done anything. There's no creatures. White blue. Okay, maybe it's a control mirror. That. I control really weirdly, or versus control. I just jam all my threats. So I'm gonna jam this. Threat. You don't think it's a threat, but it is. You can like rune snag it. I mean, I don't care. I'll have another one. Okay. It sucked to have like main deck Invoke the Divine or Quarantine Field. I think twice. Zoria's Charm, okay. So definitely a control matchup. Time will be a factor here because my deck is way slow. Ooh, no land. That's not good for them. I can go for Amulet number 2. This card. I'm gonna go for Amulet number 2 for sure. I'm definitely going. I'm gonna hope to draw like a Labor of the Heart. So I can go like Amulet, then Labor. Okay, Chain is pretty good. I will just dome them with the Chain because I want to get the Amulet going. Even if this doesn't resolve, I can skip this one. Start with this one. I'm just gonna dome them. Close. I want to flip this as soon as I can. Actually, just create 2 more mana. Anything. When it's taking a while to think about taking 3. I hope I don't time out. I hope I don't time out here. The last thing you want to do in a control mirror is time out, because that means that you just didn't play well. Should be playing semi quickly, at least like quickly enough where kind of making things go. Kind of sucks that he's not drawing there. I guess I'll just go look for a card. I think I'll look for a Persecute here. I can actually pay for a Rune Snag here. I think I'm trying to get Persecute. Persecute or Stupor. Stupor would be pretty good because I can just recoup it back. And I can just take him discard a bunch of cards. Yeah, I think we actually get Stupor. Can't cast it yet, but it's okay. I can actually dump his whole hand with the Stupor if like everything goes right. Everything seems to be going right. No lands have been drawn. Part of me wants to keep one of these. Okay, he's just gonna. There's no land. Yeah, there's no point in really playing this out. Okay, so now I can basically just take out all removal and add all the good stuff. All the random control cards I can play with. Water games. Stupor's coming back. Village is pretty good. And see, if I ever actually need a removal spell, you can just get it back with the Mastermind. So that's kind of one of the beauties of playing this style of deck. Is that even if you sideboard out cards, you can still get them back with the Mandarin Sacrifice. So that's pretty sweet. This is a turn 3 amulet. I keep this one. It has a pillage too, but I have a second red source. That's a pretty sweet hand. Plus my opponent has like a pile of counter spells. Okay, got a little better. Hoping my opponent doesn't like this land drop this time. I want to have a real game. I may actually counter this. I could see a world where, okay, I cannot see the world where it counters this. I'd really like to get this amulet in turn 3. Okay, oh, they're just playing. Oh, they're gonna thought erasure me, I think. Okay. So Esper control, huh? Game is probably going away here, but they're gonna lose this land for sure. They're definitely just gonna lose this land. I kept the card on top. The Surveil. Push away. What card is this? Oh, it's just a guy. Guy holding. I don't know what he's holding. I guess he's holding some like treasure. Head to turn pillage. Hmm. I like Tezzer's gambiting. Doesn't really matter what life or what man. On this thing. Do this now. Not a lot of lands. See a world where he counters this. Doesn't. Haunting Echoes, huh? I wanna. I'm feeling buyback pillage and pillage. Maybe. I can't do it all in the same turn, sadly. Turn the second blue source. Okay, he did, but an Arcane Sanctum. I do have the Profane Command to get back the Anarchist if something crazy happens. So, ooh, I like Stupor. Breaks. Let me try to stupor. Let me try to stupor this guy. It's probably getting countered. No, I mean, what counter can he really have? He has a negate. That's fine. If he has Rune Sag, I just pay for it. Okay, pay 2. I will definitely pay 2 for this. All right, see it. Makes the Haunting Echoes look really good. Trinkle Cove. Haunting Echoes also gets non-basics, so that's pretty sweet. Okay. I might Anarchist back, Stupor, and try that. And then go for the Haunting Echoes. I do like that. That play. Unless he just taps out here. Thought Erasure. Thought Erasure is not too bad. Like I said, I have the Anarchist. So I can just Anarchist whatever he... Once he takes the Anarchist. But then I have the Profane Command. Wow! The lock. We are locked. Just he had to tap to both his black and his blue source. Have to be both his blue sources. So if he just drops an island here, then he can have a like another Rune Snag or Negate up. He took the Haunting Echoes. Fine by me. Maybe he has another blue source. Ooh. To be fair, he randomly discarded the Tranquil Cove. Wait, is it choose and random? Yeah. So he randomly discarded the Tranquil Cove and then discarded the pools, which was really awkward if he didn't have another land drop there. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on over there. Think twice in cruise. Well, that's going away. Um, Up. I'm gonna get back the Haunting Echoes. I'm just gonna go for it. All they have is a think twice. So the only way they can I can really get like punished here is if okay, they're just gonna concede. If they like if they had to think twice for a negate, that would have been really good, but they decided, forget it. They're like, forget it.